Risk Rain 2 has a lot of items. With over 190 varieties, there are some really strong items that showcase the power of excess military spending. But they're not all winners. Like this box just had a stake in it. I don't know how long that's been in there. Anyway, using the artifacted command, I thought it would be a fun challenge to select the same item every single time and stack ungodly amounts of one thing. But you might be thinking, Bounce, wouldn't you just pick all the really overpowered items? First of all, why the hell do you sound like me? Second of all, yes, I would. So instead of getting to choose, I spin this wheel to determine what items I will be exclusively using during the run. Also, there's this thing called the Shrine of Order in the game, which turns all items of each rarity into a bunch of the same item. Other than being a terrible shrine which you should never use, it is kind of exactly like this challenge, which is why I'm calling it the Shrine of Order challenge. The rules of this run are pretty simple. Every time I get a command menu, I have to spin a wheel to determine what I have to pick out of the command menu for the rest of the run. And if I spin the wheel, I have to pick it up, even if it sucks. I'm going to be doing this challenge on Monsoon difficulty because I do not value my mental health. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try to beat the final boss like this. And be sure to subscribe if you aren't already, or if you love ethical and family-friendly gambling. Also, if you want to do this challenge yourself, I have the instructions in the description. Please do this run, it's actually really funny. Okay, I had this idea later, but since I thought it would be in the spirit of the challenge, the first wheel I should spin is to select my survivor. What I'm gonna do in this run is whenever I see a command essence, I'm gonna spin a wheel to determine what item I'll get for the rest of the run. So since I saw a white item command essence, it means it's time to spin the wheel. And I hope I get something good. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, this is gonna be a run of all time. Yeah, Power Elixir sucks. It can save me on low health, but the important items I need are the ones that let me have mobility and damage. And this stupid bottle really does neither. I might need a couple tries on this if I get shit. But after finding a green command essence, I spin for the green item I'm going to have to stack. I really hope it's not hot garbage. Are you fucking kidding me? I can't use this at all! Ugh. The death mark is probably one of the worst items I could have gotten. Normally, it increases my damage on enemies with unique debuffs, which are usually applied by other items. You see the problem here? It literally does nothing. Wow, what an outstanding first run. The first few stages aren't actually that bad, even with my severe lack of damage items. So the first teleporter boss goes down pretty handily. And by the second stage, I'm really just looking for new tiers of items that don't suck. And finding an equipment barrel lets me spin for equipment. A little side note is that I included the lunar equipment in here, which are the funky equipment sold by the Newt at the lunar shop. So I could technically get those, which would be a problem because only 1 out of 4 of them are good. But I don't, and I get Goobu Jr. instead, which creates a friendly copy of myself out of goop that fights for me. Much like a child. That's actually not bad. I can work with that. Anyway, this is probably the first real useful item I got on this run. Jesus Christ, I do nothing. You know, if I got a better roll, I would actually, care enough to, try this for real, but, this sucks. I'm gonna fall off so hard because I can't actually proc my death marks. They do literally nothing for me. Wait, Void Seed. I can get new items through Void Seed. Duh. Risk Rain 2 has this other tier of items called Void items, which are technically their own selection of items, so I spin for them separately. Fuck. Fine. The gimmick of Void items is that they assimilate their non-Void counterparts into the Void items. But I'm also going to ban the stacking of Void items by getting their non-Void counterpart, because I technically already rolled for that command queue. I didn't actually do this for the first few attempts, because I only thought of it later, but we agreed it's a rule now, so whatever. Yep, first tier Void item. These are all pretty good, so I feel like I can't complain. I can complain, actually. This is a good point in my life where I would start complaining, actually. Fuck. I do no damage. I make sure to look for a blue portal to teleport to the lunar shop for a few things. The lunar items are a bit of a gamble, as a lot of them have pretty terrible downsides. And because it's a rule I can't chicken out of items after I spin for them, The lunar items are more of a Hail Mary if I'm really screwed. And if any run needs a Hail Mary, it's this one. Alright, lunar item, let's see what I get. And in a crazy twist, I add another useless item to my collection. This one's actually useless. But before I leave, I swap 5 of my entirely cosmetic death marks for a red item. There's some good ones in here, like I was the most hopeful for this one, but like after seeing my luck for the other ones, I don't know anymore. Well, this sucks. I think just stacking shitloads of bottled chaos is the best option for me, because since my green items do quite literally nothing. I mean, this might just be the bottled chaos run for the moment. Oh, I do no damage. I do actually manage to get surprisingly far in this run, where about half my items are either bad or useless. This was literally my first attempt, and I think this was probably the worst combination of items I've ever gotten. I do actually loot the stage here, but the only reason I actually pick up death marks is to trade them for another bottled chaos later. You're not gonna believe this. Okay. Bottles of chaos. By some miracle, I do actually make it to stage 4, but my lack of damage is starting to become really apparent here. Oh, I do no damage. I genuinely thought it was over for me here. Yeah, I don't know if this is happening. Holy crap. I spend 3 minutes here trying to search for anything that could possibly save this run, but I just give up and start the teleporter event. Oh, hell no. And yeah, I knew this teleporter event would take a while, but this is kind of ridiculous. I haven't touched them at all. And with the power of Seeker's revive mechanic, which I'm still not entirely sure how it works, I do actually manage to beat this teleporter event. Huh. You know, eventually. Oh god, why? Yeah, that's about what I thought. Oh, I'm back again? How does this character work? I'm so close. Yay! And with incredible patience, I do leave the 4th stage, and this is way further than I ever thought I'd get in this run. And since I took way too long at the last teleporter, I need to rush this one as fast as possible if I want to stand a chance. But yeah, it doesn't end up making that much of a difference. Oh god. I think I just need better rolls. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? There was nothing to do. So it really could only go uphill from here. And what's the fun of a challenge if I beat it on the first try? Praise V, let's go! Oh yeah, baby, it's engineer time. While Engineer is awesome and cool and by far the best character in the game, he does rely a lot on his items. Because his turrets inherit his items, and if you don't get anything good for your turrets, you are essentially useless. But there's only one way to find out if my items this run are gonna be good. Well, I guess I could do equipment first. Big ol' leech. At least it's useful, I mean, it could be worse. Okay, white items. Meat. Okay, well it's not useless. That's actually pretty good, honestly. Like survivability, like it makes me beefy. Like, I really can't complain. Alright, anything with damage. Anything with damage. Literally, or healing. Healing would be cool too. My green item roll gets me Unstable Transmitter, which is a new item that I'm not super familiar with. It's pretty much just free barrier that saves me from near death, but a big downside is a lot of things can do a lot of damage in this game, and it will not save you if you go from most of your health to none of your health in an instant. I just need a damaging one, just like any damaging one. Like I'll use whatever is adequate. I'm not picky. Shit!
The beginning of the second stage is about the same as the last run, and considering my items respectfully suck ass, I need to look for a good red item to save it, and I don't have to look far.
Okay. We can roll. It's gambling time, baby. Oh yeah. Oh no. The red item I rolled in this run is the Interstellar Dust Plant, which plants a little guy whenever I kill an enemy and heals stuff around it. Which honestly is pretty good. It doesn't really solve my issue that I'm severely lacking in damage, but the healing is awfully nice.
But it's time for another teleporter boss as engineer, which kind of involves placing your turrets and waiting 3 to 5 business days. But after that, I hit the blue portal because I desperately need a lunar item to save this run. Once at the bazaar, I immediately head to the shop and start rolling for lunar items.
Which thankfully actually does something as I get Hooks of Heresy, which replaces my ability to place mines with this Slicing Maelstrom skill that does marginally more damage. Yippee!
Yeah, this run doesn't really go too well either. I was ready to give up, but then the boss dropped a yellow item, which is a tier I kind of forgot existed.
Yellow item? I forgot about these. I literally forgot these existed. It could be worse. It literally could be worse.
I got Genesis Loop, which is generally kind of a meh item. But this item is actually pretty good for me, as my turrets will also activate the big explosion at low health. And with the power of Genesis Loop and plenty of strategic retreats, I do manage to get past the teleporter, but it always leaves me wondering, how the hell am I going to get past the final boss like this? It turns out the answer is pretty simple. I don't. And it's partially my fault, because I really wanted some void items, which means I had to kill everything in the void seed. That took a while.
Oh my god. Good. Kill it. No. Fucking die, you absolute bastard. Okay, what do I do? I'm going to kill myself. You're still here? If I did all this work and I get something useless, I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. Yes. Ow, Jesus Christ. I'm dead.
You know, I kind of wish there was strategy to reevaluate here, but the only thing I can really do is keep trying it until I get items that I can sort of work with. Yeah, this run starts off real strong because I get Rusted Key at the beginning, which literally does nothing for me.
No. God damn it.
But at least the active item I get is alright, I guess. While my item rolls have been terrible so far, I do find an early lunar item, and you bet your ass I'm taking it. So this changes things a little bit. Egocentrism spawns these little damaging orbs around you, which is fine, but it also assimilates an item into Egocentrism every 60 seconds, which means it doesn't really matter what item I roll from here on out, because soon everything will be Egocentrism.
Oh god damn it. That's allowed? Fuck. Okay. You know, it's fine. I didn't even need my microbots. Microbots are for cowards. Fine.
And thankfully, Egocentrism isn't that terrible of an item. It does a pretty good amount of damage. The only downside is you have to be pretty close for it to activate. And you know, since I'm here, I might as well buy out the lunar shop. I mean, everything's gonna be Egocentrism anyway, so...
Wait, it's all Egocentrism? Always has been. I feel like this build is gonna be really good until it suddenly becomes not good at all, and then I'm gonna die. Oh yeah, yellow item. No!
I'm starting to find a bit of a problem with this build. Egocentrism doesn't scale particularly well, so having like 50 of them doesn't actually make them much stronger. But also, this character sucks defensively. Captain has no real mobility, and the defensive microbots I started with were the first item to get eaten by my plentiful blue balls. So yeah, these bosses are actually starting to take a while, and I fear for my life every time I'm close to one. Even though I do kinda miss my other items, the sheer amount of egocentrism does make this the best run by far.
What item will we get rid of today? But this might be it. Like, egocentrism is bad, but it's like, it's still a half decent lunar item, so like I can actually work with this. Oh my god, it took my resonance disc already. That was like the first one it did.
Oh no!
Not a fan of the hit scan lasers per se, but you know, can't win them all. Ow!
I really thought I had it in the last run, and I probably would have if I got a character with any mobility. But since I had to get in close to deal damage with a character whose only option is to jump at things menacingly, I really didn't stand a chance. I gave this challenge a bunch of attempts, and since I don't really want to waste your time, I'm gonna go through these a little faster.
Let's go gambling! Oh my god! Oh god. Oh, Jesus Christ, are you kidding me?
Things clearly weren't working out for me. So, I decided to take a break from this challenge for a little while, which is why the last video was so long ago. My bad. But anyway, the very first run I boot up when I get back is the greatest run I've rolled yet. It starts out with Chef, which is normally not great for me because I only bothered to unlock him a couple days before this, but he's fun, and I think he's recently buffed because I'm pretty sure he used to suck. But I don't know, I didn't have him unlocked. But anyway, these stages go as normal, but the items, oh man, they're all incredible. I think in every single run before this, I'm always complaining that I can never get mobility. Well, check this out, Goat Hoof and Hopu Feather. I not only can go blazingly fast, I also get a ton of double jumps, which pretty much lets me fight things from the atmosphere. While I do have a ton of mobility, I don't really do that much more damage than having no items at all. But rolling for a lysite cell helps me a little, as now I can use my oil spray move twice, which means I can work with 2 deep fryers at once and make roughly double minimum wage. But honestly, this run is very much a test of patience, as I hop around hitting things and try not to touch the ground for as long as possible. And using the Lunar Shop, I give up some double jumps for Shattering Justice, which is alright, but it still doesn't give me that much additional damage. And honestly, I kinda wish I had those double jumps back. Overall, this build is semi-viable. I cruise through stages 4 and 5 without too much difficulty. Oh my god, what is killing it? I swear I don't do this much damage. And this is actually the first run I did where I even got to the moon at all. But as soon as I get there, I can fly past everything on the moon because Chef can launch himself 300 feet in the air with just his rolling pin, which I'm pretty sure is a final exam in culinary school.
No way. Ain't no way.
So I can get straight to the Mithrix fight without wasting precious time and sanity. Now here's the part I've been dreading. Unfortunately, the King of Nothing is also the King of Juicing because he has a lot of goddamn health, and he hits really hard.
Ow.
Which means I have to dance around him for as long as possible without making a single mistake, which is fun and awesome for a character I've played all of twice. After about 6 minutes in the first phase, he runs away and brings some friends, which I carefully whip up into appetizers. But soon the main course returns with a vengeance. And after another 4 minutes, I managed to get him to a fraction of his health. But Mithrix has had enough, and after weakening me with his pizza cutter move, he dashes straight at me, and... the run is over. And yeah, after so many attempts, I don't think I can beat this challenge. At least, not by myself. Next time on the Shrine of Order Challenge.
I need 1 cautious slug. I've been half health this entire game.
I've got 4.
Bummer.
Just saying, I was in Mithrix by 20 minutes, so I think we're going a little bit slower.
So they can get void infested. Dude, awesome.
Yeah, now we can fight Void Magor. They are! One of them is! One of them is!
Okay. Well, I guess you wanted it.
Oh! We all just simultaneously ejaculated.
I'm out here eventually.
Okay, let's go.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. It would help me out a lot. And if you end up doing this challenge, leave a comment telling me how it goes. I also wouldn't blame you if you did it on a lower difficulty because my god, it's frustrating sometimes. I will hopefully have a bit better of an upload schedule, but unfortunately these videos take me a long ass time. Alright, thanks for watching, bye bye!